Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, guys, in this episode, we shall hear about Guru Nanak Dev Ji as a baby infant, from how they looked, to how he would crawl and stand, to taking their first steps and playing outside. So after Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born, Mata Tripta Ji, with great love, had a cradle-like cot made for him, and with great care she would place him in there and rock him back and forth. And in just pure love and pyar, she would just gaze into his eyes. She was absolutely in love with her child. She would kiss him on the forehead and hug him close. She couldn't stop looking at Guruji's face. Looking at his face would take away all sorrows. His eyes were like the petals of a lotus flower, and when he blinked, it just looked so sublime. Mataji had some jewellery made for Guruji. A beautiful chain with small bells was put around his waist. Golden bracelets were put on Guruji's wrists. And the jewellery looked beautiful, but it became even more beautiful and even more elegant just by touching on Guruji's body. Whoever saw Guruji was mesmerised. They couldn't stop looking at him, and they instantly fell in love. They felt lighter and in bliss. And as time went on, two small teeth on the top gums could be seen, and they looked like two small shining white pearls peeking out of a small red box. Slowly Guruji's body began to grow, and he began to crawl, and he would crawl in the middle of the house and in the courtyard. And as Guruji crawled, everyone watching would rejoice, smiling, getting so happy on seeing Guruji's charan, their lotus-like feet being pulled along the ground. And as Guruji would crawl, he would look back and he would smile, making everyone else smile too. He would make sweet noises and sounds, laughing and shrieking as he played in the house. It was like he was singing the praises of God. The ladies of the Bedi family would come and play with Guruji. They would see him and be filled with joy and peace. They would pick Guruji up by the arms and place him on their laps. They would hug him and kiss his forehead. They would speak to him and play with him, and he would respond to their speech with a smile. And they left in great bliss, and when they were in his presence, they were in great bliss. Some people came every day to see Guruji and catch a glimpse of his remarkable smile. Mata Tripta Ji and Pita Galu Ji would both play with him, and their love grew more and more each day. Bibi Nanaki also had so much love for her little brother. She would do anything for him. She had a special place for him in her heart. She understood her brother was special, and she just absolutely adored him. When Guruji would crawl, they would get covered in dirt and mud, and then Mataji would come and wash Guruji's face and body with water. She would put new clothes on him. She would put fine cotton chola on him, give him milk to drink and put him to sleep. Guruji would sleep for about an hour, then wake up again ready to go out and play and crawl. And over time, Guruji grew stronger and he started to stand, pulling on the furniture to stand up. Then slowly he began to walk. His legs and feet got stronger, and eventually he started to walk and run without any support. As he would run, his ankle bracelets would jingle and make a noise, a sound that everyone loved to hear. And Guruji's eyes just had a special, remarkable twinkle to them. For food, Mataji would mix rice and yogurt, dahi for Guruji to eat. And Guruji would eat about half, then would rush out to play. He would play to his heart's content. And all the children loved to be close to Guruji at this time, and always. Guruji played in the house and in the streets of the village, and the other children of the village would come and play with him. These children were saints and sadhus, holy people who had taken birth so they could see Waheguru in human form, and so they could play with him as a child. Guruji would keep playing until Mataji would come and get him. The other kids too did not want to go back to their homes. Their parents would have to come and get them, and they would grab these kids by the arm and pull them off to go home. The kids didn't want to go, but they would be obliged to go home. But their minds stayed with Guruji always. They wanted to hear Guruji's sweet words. And when Guruji would play in the bend, people would look at him and fall in love. They couldn't stop staring and watching. He was just so pleasant. Often Guruji would sit and meditate. All the children would sit close to Guruji and do the same. Guruji would sit in the middle and the kids would surround them on all sides. And when they would meditate, their sins would be washed away. There was more peace here than anywhere else on earth. Guruji's eyes would be focused and everyone else would focus on Guruji's face. Everyone wanted to sit close to Guruji, and in this way, Guruji would teach them about bhakti, meditation and prem, love, the most divine prem, the love for God. Such blessings. And how blessed are we to read, to watch or hear these sakya about Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. How lucky are we to exist at a time and a place where we can learn about Guruji and read their divine Bani, and how much it can change our lives. We have no idea, but it's just awesome. It's just so amazing. And so in this episode, we looked at Guru Nanak Dev Ji as a small child and baby. And in the next episode, we'll explore further into the childhood of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. As always, bol chuk maaf karna, forgive the many mistakes, and the mistakes lie with me. So please forgive me. But share these sakya, connect to these sakya, connect to Guruji, and connect to Bani in these days. And celebrate and be happy that we get to live in a world blessed by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. That Guruji came here and gave Naam to the whole dunya. They gave the name of God. They showed us so much. They showed us what Sangat is. They showed us what Bhagat is, what Langar is, what Pyar is. So we're blessed. Know this. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.